And we're back for day two. Day two was a bit interesting. It didn't go as planned. I wanted day two to be a check the neighborhood, figure out the surrounding areas of Muldraugh, and go and find wood and everything that I can to barricade this house until I decide to adventure out further and go and get me a base built. So I leave out and make my way around the neighborhood. I go back to that house that had that shed. Y'all remember the shed? We go back to the shed and go to check this area. And then, surprise, surprise, who shows up? A couple of zombies, Oh, they always love to show up when I don't want them. So I take care of this one and I check the side of the house because I want to make sure this area is secured. So find me what I need, and I check this car. And remember Jana from the first episode? Yeah, Jana has the keys to this car. So we have a working vehicle, but now I have to hunt down the body that holds the keys. So I round the corner and two zombies are just chilling. And so the one chases me down. The other one is a little psychopath and decided he wants to crush his head into the window because he thought I was in the house somehow. I don't know. So I take care of him, and then I run inside the house to see what all I can gather, if there's any food, any type of loot, or, my main objective right now is get a backpack so I can at least carry more than just the standard of what your character can carry. So I'm like, hey, let's check around. But, I've already been in the zombie attacking mood. And as I go upstairs, I hear said zombie in one of the rooms, and I just said, not today, Satan, not today. We're not playing that game. So get ready to dip out and start making my way down the street. What comes from down the street is there is a grocery store, and said grocery store has groceries, and it's a good place for me to remember for later for loot. So we're starting our way down the road, and I check around this corner because I think I heard something. I didn't like the sound, but it made its way into the house right before I decided to cut the corner. So I was just like, I'm gonna leave you alone. So these group of zombies start coming, and I started to clear out the area just so my home base is safe, just because the zombies were starting to pour in and I was not too comfortable with that. No. So, do the typical runaway, make sure you're away from them, and do what I do best, try to stay alive. And as you see from a lot of my previous videos, my characters die a lot, and I can't have that happen. So I'm constantly working on improving my combat skills, because in this game, you gotta at least be able to hold off a couple zombies. And I do appreciate everybody that has dropped tips about the combat. As me being a newbie, still getting to understand it, I'm making my way. So now I start to make my way down the neighborhood and around this corner. I get past these two cars, and this is when this happens. I walk into a horde who's ready to caress my face lovingly in the most aggressive way possible, and I was just like, yeah, nope, not today, not gonna let that happen. But I at least gave it an attempt, a couple shots here and there. But then I realized it's too much, so my best bet is running away. Because running away is the better option than trying to fight something you're gonna fail at. So now we take our adventures outside of our neighborhood, and we get ready to see what all Muldraugh really has for us. I didn't go too far outside of the neighborhood, but I went a good distance. So we come up to the grocery store I was talking about earlier because I was curious to see what this spot was. a few zombies come up from this area. Well, this is the clinic right now. I do apologize. Now, I think this right here coming up is the grocery store. Yes, it is the grocery store. And boy, am I happy to see a grocery store. Because now I have food by the dozens. And this zombie, man, this guy was sprinting. I was not expecting that speed. And I think it gave me a better watch. And now I can see the dates and all of that fancy stuff. Ain't that awesome? So now I decided to make my rounds around the neighborhood. And here comes a horde. And luckily, one of them had a backpack. But the issue with that is, I get scared easily. And I was not going to allow these zombies to kill me. No. We weren't going to have that. I can't lose this character. And this character is my longest surviving character, to say the least. So I get to check in houses just to see if any of them have what I need. And, more zombies come pouring in. And they're coming in by the dozens. They're like, hey, dude, I heard you stopped into the neighborhood. And, I just want to say hello. I said, no. I'm too introverted for your friendliness. Don't touch me. So we continue down the street, and here's our friendly zombies. Clearing out some more of these zombies to make just this little section of neighborhood safe for me. And as they start pouring in, I almost lost it there. More start coming in. And so I just kind of try to do the Call of Duty juke train and get away as fast as possible, because I'm not losing this character. We are not playing that game. So cut down this alley, because I thought, this alley would be just a little nice getaway to not have to worry about some zombies. Boy, was I wrong, because then all of them come in. And man, when I tell you I panicked, especially there, I panicked hard, because I wasn't expecting my character to go rummaging through the bushes. And then I seen my man's with the backpack. I'm like, yes, I can finally get a backpack. But one big problem. All of the zombies are all there. I only have a baseball bat. I mean, I probably could have took a few, but we're not risking that biscuit. It's just something we're not gonna play. So I try to lure them as far as possible and maybe try to take that one, but as you see, I only knocked him down, and just kept piling in. So I had to figure out a way to get all these zombies off of me. And so I just kind of knocked each one of them and then just sprint away, because that was my best bet. I was a little too scared to lose this character, because I've come a long way. So decided to do some jukes, some bobs and weaves, some cuts, and ended up just going back to the house, because it was getting late, and I already started my day late without having an alarm set. So clear out the rest of these zombies before going back into the house and getting some rest. So I decided to drop a curtain and do some basic necessities and try to get my character to calm down, because I was in a bit of a panic, and took some time to get my skills together. So this part is where I just skill up, try to figure out what skills I can get built up, and make my character at least good enough to take on zombies. And I think this right here, Life and Living was on, and so I think we gain a skill from Life and Living. So I try to do a lot of other tasks while Life and Living is on, just so that I gain more while doing other stuff. So after taking care of those tasks, characters getting a little drowsy, I take a nap, come back to it all over again, and it's raining. So with that being said, I had no plans of going outside in the rain. So I just took the time to dismantle all the wooden objects in the house. So maybe that could fill in for, the lack of finding a hardware store or finding anything that had wood. So I took the rest of the time just hammering away at stuff. Started with the kids' room, and then we traveled on from there to the living room. Finished out everything in the living room, and after I did all of that, we started our barricading. So my main idea here was just to at least get some stuff prepared, so when it comes that time, I won't have to worry too much, because as I'm learning to just take it bit by bit and not try to forcefully do a whole bunch at one time, I'm actually enjoying how this game plays. It's been an adventure for me, trying to figure out what to do, what not to do, learning the combat, and learning how everything goes. This has been a real experience for me when it comes to playing Project Zomboid. So, took some time and barricaded my front door, because you got to. And then the Life and Living channel came on, and so I decided to sit down and watch some carpentry. And hey, carpentry is always good to learn because we do a lot of building. So I chilled for a minute, watched it, then the carpentry went up, and I think also right after, forgery comes on later, I believe. And in that time I decided also I need to exercise. My character is feeble, my character is weak. Some of the stats I took was definitely, I think, feeble and underweight, so I decided it's time to exercise. So I got a little bit of exercising in, did that, and then went back to the good old barricading. And made me some rope cloth. You have to have your escape routes, Cass. Make sure you have your escape routes. It's funny because later on I'm really bad at the escaping. So you'll get to see some fun stuff coming up after that. So I continue to just barricade doors and making sure this bottom level is secure. And here it is. Foraging is being raised as well as mechanics, as we see. So I do some more exercising while I'm learning my forgery, just to keep my character good, and then I go back to breaking down stuff. I don't know why I did it in this order. Please don't ask me. I was sporadic and just like, hey, I'm trying to just at least get some stuff done before this day ends. And so we did a little exercising, breaking down some more, just so we can get some more planks. And after we get our planks and everything, I board up all the rest of the windows from the living room and the bathroom. Get ready to go to bed. And as I get ready to go to bed, I hear some knocking. It's really weird knocking. So So it's just more of the same, just breaking down, building up, breaking down, building up, breaking down and building up. Dismantled all the shelves except for the bookshelf because I need that bookshelf for all of the books that I've got, from our mechanics to tailoring to different things of that nature. So I go ahead and I board up this bathroom, and I board up this last board for the door, and do some eating because my character's getting drowsy, and I'm like, yeah, it's about that time to go to bed. So get ready to go upstairs, and I hear this weird knocking. And I'm like, don't like that. So go outside and struggle with how do I climb out. So get out, and hey, Mr. Zombie, sir, you don't belong here. This is my home. And I go up and go to bed. And that completes day 2 of surviving Muldraugh. So, if you're enjoying this, let me know what you think. Leave a like, comment, share, and I'll see you on the next one.